7 world-class award-winning plugins used by countless professional engineers in post, broadcast, music, and even live sound. Join the elite who own Sonox Elite because you're worth it.
Wait, what? Because you're worth it.
Cut! We're back on the KORG booth at NAMM with Rich, who's going to show us one of the big flagship keyboards of the year, I think, the KingKORG. Now this, I believe, has got quite a lot of new technology in there.
There is quite a lot of new technology. Yes, it's a newly developed synth engine called XMT, Expanded Modeling Technology. So you can have 3 oscillators per timbre and 2 timbres per sound. So what that basically means, you have giant poly sounds. Or if you stack them all together, you get giant monophonic leads. Now, over here, there's a real vacuum tube. So if you turn that sucker on, you go from this sound to this. Now, if you crank up the gain, turn on the boost for some overdrive. So the tube really does a lot to warm up the sound. So there's lots of other cool stuff here. There's 5 octaves, which means it's really easy to do things like split the keys and get creative that way. And there's lots of sounds built in that are good for covering songs, for example. Or some more modern stuff. And I'm modulating the filter there with the XY joystick. So as we move around, oh, here's another one. Some recognizable things. We're searching for sounds by category with these buttons right here. So here's something from the bass category. And we've got some stuff that's good for things like dubstep. Or things that are really useful for house music. Another little example of that. Again, doing some filter modulation with the joystick. The filter is a huge part of KingKORG. What we've actually done here is not only does it have its own unique types of filters, but it models filters from classic synths. So, for example, this is the OB filter. And here is the P5. And this is the MG. Very similar to the Model D, right? And here's the acid filter. Nice and squelchy. And this is the MS-20. And as you might have heard from our other video we just did with the MS-20, if you crank up the resonance, it howls at you. It's every bit as angry as the real thing. And if you notice, when you move the filter knob slowly, it's very smooth. There's no zippering, there's no digital stepping, anything like that. There's some great pad sounds in here as well. And the joystick is sometimes hiding some little special effects. So here's one called Beach Pad. Some fun stuff there. Now, here's another interesting thing. In addition to the synthesized sounds, there's also some multi-sampled PCM in here. So you'll find acoustic piano, electric pianos, and organs and clavs and things like that to make it a really well-rounded gigging synth. There's an arpeggiator built in, and I'll give you an example of that. You can mute the steps similar to on an R3 or a micro KORG or something along those lines. There's a 16-band vocoder built in with a dedicated XLR microphone input in the back. There's also a CV gate out, which lets you connect to a mono tribe or an MS-20, so you can drive it right from the keyboard. And over here on the right, there's an LFO section, envelope section with dedicated switches, so you can switch between filter mod or pitch mod. So convenient stuff for hands-on synthesis. If you're a synth guy, the flow of this is amazing. And the last thing I'll tell you about is the effects section. So just like the SV1, the stage vintage piano, we've got pre-effects with things like a decimator. And to turn the effect on and off, you just tap the knob. We have mod effects with stomp box style stuff like phaser, flanger, and chorus. And the reverb and delay section has a tape echo that works just like the real thing. So there's a lot to do. It's beautiful and it sounds awesome. That's KingKORG.
It certainly sounds impressive. Again, pricing and availability?
It is going to be $12.99 street price, and it should be available in the beginning of March.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you very much.